Hello everybody, Davkis here, and we are back on the Davinity server. Today, so my hand has been forced a little bit, and I have come to a very sad realization. Let me get some food real quick. There we go. Alright, first off, I ripped out all of this because it was not producing hardly anything. So I ripped all of that out, and I was able to finally put in this elevator here. Goes all the way up to the top, which is nice. But here's the sad thing. Look at this. You see this this cable here? You see that it's not green? That's because this setup was nerfed in the last Mekanism update, to where the energy upgrades in an electrolytic separator don't actually drop the energy usage at all, period. So that means that all of this is now completely useless. It doesn't work at all like it used to. So I can't. Apparently, it was considered an exploit and was not intended to be used that way. So basically, I'm going to tear all of this out, and we're going to switch to big reactors. I've been doing a lot of testing and creative on this, and I've come up with a really cool design. So that's what I'm going to use. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to do today, is get at least a basic reactor setup. We're not going to do the end goal setup just yet, because that's going to be quite expensive. I mean, we're talking something like 130 to 140 Endarium blocks. Kagome left this for me. We're going to use it to cool our reactor. It's gelid cryothium. So we're going to use that to actually cool. We're going to set up a passively cooled reactor, and I'll show you that here in a little bit once I get everything ready. But yeah, that's basically the thing, is we're going to have to completely rethink our power strategy here, and I think big reactors is a great way to go. So I'm going to go and actually start making some stuff. I'm going to need a ton of reactor blocks and all sorts of stuff, and I'll show you all of that once I've got it, and we'll set it up together. So I shall be right back. Alright, so if we take a look here, I got a bunch of these reactor casings made up. These things are fairly easy to make. It's just a bunch of iron, some graphite, which is just coal smelted, and then either uranium or yellorium. So we got a whole bunch of those made up. I've also got this reactor controller, which is a little on the expensive side. It's got a diamond, a couple of yellorium, and then a bunch of these reactor casings and some redstone. So that's pretty easy. Also in here is we've got some reactor control rods, which I'll show what those do in a minute. We got a power tap for how we can get the power out of the reactor. Got some glass here. I'm probably going to need a little bit more than that. In fact, let me grab about a stack of that. I need more glass. Should have a whole bunch right in here. There we go. Put this in there, and then we'll do one of these. Perfect. Okay, and then let's see what else we got here. We've got some yellorium fuel rods, and then we've got a couple of access ports. That should be everything I need to do this. So we're going to drop all of this stuff in here. We've also smelted up a bunch of yellorium to use for fuel. So we're going to grab all of that for now. And then I'm actually going to stop that. Let's see. Let's just pick it up that way, and then we'll do that. We'll grab all that. Okay, cool. And actually, I could probably use one more. So let me see here. I need a little bit of wood. Grab that and that. There we go. Let me grab a little bit of iron. There we go. Okay. So let me make up a iron chest real quick. Just like this and like that. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my other hardened servo, and we're going to use that down there. I'll grab another one of those as well. Okay. that should be good. Okay. So, how this is going to work is, oh, you know what? This whole thing has to come down one level because it's going to be a 5 by 5. No, you know what? We're just going to sink one. We're just going to sink it. So what we'll do is it's 5 by 5, and it needs to be in this corner, I think. So we'll do one of that, and like that, and like that, and like that. Put that there for just a moment. Okay, and then we're gonna drop. Oops, you know what? I left all of the stuff I actually need up here. Come here, you. And we'll put you right there. There we go. Okay. So let's grab some of these casings. And we're just going to create a little 5 by 5 panel here on the floor. There we go. Okay, and then what we got to do, we're going to take out this and this. And we'll just put them right there and right there. All right. And we're just going to make a little cube here. Hopefully I've got enough. I don't know why I wouldn't. There we go. That actually lines up quite nicely. That's actually pretty fantastic. We can move all that stuff up there, and then it'll work great. Awesome. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll put, more of these panels on the back here. Ooh, almost out. Wow. Okay, then. Let's see. How many more do I need? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That should be fairly easy to do, actually. Just need to do another set of 4. We just need to do 4 sets of 4, actually. So let's actually do this. Let's go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I need iron and graphite. So we'll grab the iron. 16 of those and 16 of those. All right, let's do that, and then let's do that. There we go. Perfect. 16. All right, so we'll fill in the top here. Just like that. And then we will grab our glass. Just like that. And then here what we're going to do is I'm going to put some right there, there, and right there. All right, now we're going to take our controller. We're going to drop that right there. Our 2 access ports are going to go here, and I've already actually screwed this up. Let's grab that and that. And then our power tap here. Okay, power tap's going to go right there. However, we're missing some actually vitally important components here. So, oh, I didn't make near as many of those as I actually need to. So what we need to do here, and actually this whole thing is not going to work because I really need to have access to the top of the fuel rods. Okay. Then let me take care of this. I'm gonna dig out a little bit more. I might just sink the whole thing into the ground and just have the top showing. That might not be a bad idea. Actually, that may work really nicely. Okay, let me work on this just a little bit more, get a nice place for this setup, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I've expanded this quite a bit. This is now, I believe, 7 tall. Gives me enough room to get on top there, which is the important thing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, and we're going to put a control rod there, 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 and there. And then I need to, I need to grab these guys, which I'm going to need more of now that I think about it. But basically they just go like that, and they go underneath each of the control rods. Let me go, I think I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more. So let me see here. That's going to take a, let's see, big reactors, Illyrian fuel, no, oops, that's not what I wanted. You guys didn't see that. I was doing some stuff earlier that needed, I was trying to get a, had to get the Mistcraft, this thing, which is creative only. I used that to try and get rid of old, old worlds that we're not using. Okay. So this takes iron, graphite, and yellorium. Okay. That's easy enough. I should have some graphite around here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So we'll grab some of that. We'll grab a stack of iron. And then all the yellorium is downstairs, of course. So we'll grab just a little bit of that. Okay, so we need 3 of these, I believe. I'm sorry, 9 of these. And I can't remember how many do I get with one. Oh, okay, just one. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, of course, there. Perfect. Okay. So we'll run back down here and drop all of these in. Come on. All right, jump in here. All right, and then we're going to do that right there. We'll close this off. Okay, now on this side, oh, and you know what I should have done? Let's actually move this for a sec. We're gonna do, actually I should probably leave that open for now. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll do it this way, because we got to put our coolant in here at some point. Okay, that'll work. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll put the glass back there. All right, so now we're going to use our control and our power tap. Power tap's going to go up there. Access ports here and here. We're going to actually switch this to outlet mode and then put the controller right there. Now, what this is, the reason why it doesn't like it is because I haven't put the coolant in there just yet. But basically, I'm going to put the yellorium in here. It's going to use that, and then out of the byproduct, if you will, the waste out of this is going to be this, what is this called? Cyanite, which we can then reprocess into plutonium and then put that into a reactor as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and go grab our coolant. So we're going to pop this guy up. There we go. Jump up here. Pop it right down there. I gotta be really careful with this stuff. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop it right there, and it's actually gonna fall. It's sort of a gel, that's why they call it gelid cryothium. There we go. Put 3 in each. And this stuff is very, very cold. You can already see it's making snow up here. It is that cold. Okay. So we got our coolant in there. We will drop our... See, it's that quick. But you saw it just sort of changed textures. Okay, so now it's pretty much ready to go. All we got to do is put in the fuel. But first, what we're going to do is, and eventually I'm going to replace these with Ender IO cables. But for the time being, since I've got so many of them, we're going to use these universal ones. Come on, come on. Here we go. Nope. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we're connected up. And you can see the little light turn green on there. So now all we got to do is turn this guy on. And away we go. Oh, right. I got to put fuel in it. Duh. So we'll turn this back off. All right. So there we go. It filled all of the reactor cores. All right. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Where did it go? Oh, I picked it up. There we go. Okay, now we'll turn it on. And off it goes. It's going to heat up. And basically, this is the overall temperature inside the reactor. The hotter it is, basically, the more power we can get out of it. But just with this little bit, we're already getting about 4,000 redstone flux per tick, which is amazing. And then we've got the this is the amount of this is the fuel burnup rate. So basically it's doing less than 1 millibucket per tick. So that should run for a while without actually putting out any fuel or any byproduct. And so for right now, what I'm actually going to do, because of the fact that this guy here, actually no, I'm going to let this guy fill up. Once this thing is full, then what I'll do is I'll come up here and actually drop these, insert these control rods in here. And by doing that, that will actually reduce the amount of reactions that are going on in there, so that it'll produce less power. Actually, I may just turn it off entirely until I start needing it again. But basically, that's the thing. And what I need to do is set up a capacitor bank once I start getting into Ender IO, which is next. So yeah, that's sort of the idea. Is this reactor will actually provide me with quite a bit of fuel, quite a bit of power for a while, for very little. I mean, we've got one ingot in the amount of time that it's taken to do this, so that's not too bad. Now it is going to go through a lot of yellorium, and so we've got some other ways. I've got a couple of other ways that I'm going to try and mitigate this. This is just the beginning. This is what's called a passively cooled reactor. Basically, that just means that you got the cryothium in there. That's what's cooling these things. Now, there's also an actively cooled reactor, which basically uses a giant turbine. Well, it doesn't have to be giant, but the ones we're going to build are. And basically what that does is if you hook this thing up to a turbine, rather than this directly outputting power, this will output steam. And that steam, basically you feed water into this thing, it'll heat the water into steam. You take the steam, put it in the turbine. Turbine generates power. And it'll generate a lot more power per fuel, per yellorium ingot than this will. So that's the goal. And I've actually come up with a design that will actually fuel multiple turbines, which will each do about somewhere around 24,000 redstone flux per tick. So yeah, it'll give me about 100,000 redstone flux per tick. It's quite awesome. Okay, so we've got power again, which is fantastic. And I think that's pretty much going to do it for today. I'm at least somewhat back in business. I don't have to worry about running out of power for a while, which is good. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am Davkis, and I will see you guys next time.